Hello, welcome to my garden. This week we're on a field trip. We're about to take a visit to Dulaney's greenhouse. This is a wonderful resource we have right here in Floyd County for all sorts of perennials, vegetables, flowers, even hemp for licensed growers. So let's go see what they've got going on. Here we are at Dulaney's with Sara, and it's amazing to see what you've got growing out here. We came up over the hill and it looks like a little city of greenhouses.
It sort of is. We've been here since '82. My husband and I started it on a fluke. We had a business that wanted us to grow tomatoes, and turned out one hand didn't know what the other one was doing. And the partner went out and bought them somewhere else, and we put a quart jar out front and said, take what you need, pay us, leave the money in the jar. We was both working then. Wow. So that is how this craziness got started.
On the honor system?
On the honor system. Couldn't get by with that these days.
Yeah.
But it's nice.
So. It's really nice. We're really fortunate to have you here just down the road, and what an abundance of flowers and vegetables that you're growing.
Oh, thank you.
What do you have going right now?
Well, right now we've of course got this pretty geranium crop, impatiens, lots of hanging baskets, and then we grow 42 varieties of tomatoes, a lot of heirlooms, a lot of Oxheart's brandy wines, things that most people can't find. We do non-GMO seed. We don't use any sprays or chemicals on our vegetable or herb plants. We do use regular Miracle-Gro fertilizer, so we can't say we're totally organic. Mm-hmm. But other than that, we grow a wide variety of annuals, vegetables, perennials, herbs.
Wonderful. And you said you've been here for how many years?
We've been here since '82.
82. I can't do the math in my
head,
but that's a lot of years.
It's beginning to wear on the body. It's beginning to feel like a lot of years. Without an army of employees and crew, and a good crew, we couldn't do it. Last year, a couple of years ago, Leah Rodriquez has joined us. She's our head grower now. My husband's had some medical problems, and he can no longer help out here or grow for us, so she's took on a lot of the growing for us now.
Yeah, and I've seen her posting on Facebook now
yes.
and then, and she sounds very knowledgeable.
She is.
And
she's going to be a good addition, and maybe when I get ready to retire, and I'm not far off from getting ready to retire, but maybe in a few years I'll kick back a little bit and keep turning more and more over to her and keep this tradition going in the county. Yeah. I didn't want to see it die out with us.
Yeah.
So that's...
Well, from the looks of it, I mean, I see cars coming and going. Do you feel like you're busier this year than usual?
Yes, definitely. People are buying early, and in some ways they're jumping the gun. Our last frost date in this area is May 10th. And we'll have more cold. And a lot of people's already planted, and they're planting. And, I keep telling them it is early. The ground's cold. It's not going to do good until the ground warms up.
Yeah. And so what should we be planting now?
Oh, peas, potatoes, broccoli, cabbages, lettuces, onions, garlic, things like that. Your cold weather crops. Things like tomatoes and peppers, not so much. Peppers, actually, people have trouble every year. They come back and say, my peppers did not set. I had no peppers. I had beautiful plants, no peppers. Well, I've always been told if peppers have 10 nights below 55 degrees, they will not set. So that is a problem with people.
Yeah. Well, we're so excited.
Thank you.
We just want to get out there. We want to put our plants in the ground, and we can't wait, right, until
That's
it
right.
warms up.
And it's hard to.
But you're right. It's really important to wait. I've
Yes.
learned that the hard way.
Hey, I have too. I've learned it the hard. We used a truck farm. We done 25 acres of produce. And I remember that Glenn and us went out one evening late. We planted something like 1,000 cucumbers and got them in, looked real good. It frosted next night.
Oh,
Got every one of them.
it's so heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of expense. We personally don't like to see people lose stuff.
Yeah.
So
it is important for us to keep track of those frost dates, and there's a lot of timing guides out there. If you do an online search for your growing zone, which we're in 6B.
and there's little micro zones in Floyd County that's warmer and colder.
Yeah, this is true.
We're colder right here.
So we know, kind of learning your own area and
Right.
what, like maybe your frost date is earlier than mine or vice
Later,
versa.
or yes. Well, temperature will drop 5 degrees from Pine Tavern to our house,
Wow.
and that's hard to believe.
Yeah, because we're really close to the Pine Tavern.
Yeah, we're less than a mile.
Yeah. But the valleys and the way the air sits down in it.
And creeks,
Oh, yeah.
all of that sort of thing plays in.
That's really interesting. Well, will you show us some of the things you have around?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, give us a little tour.
Okay, this house we've got a lot of cucumbers started and squash plants. House 1 and 2 here is our starting houses. The little things sticking up there is a mist system that keeps this stuff moist when we're trying to get seeds to germinate. So house 1 and 2 usually is the cucumber, squash, watermelons, stuff like that. Our tomatoes and stuff has started in these houses earlier. So that kind of gives an idea.
So this isn't ready to buy.
Now,
Or is this all?
some of it is, some isn't. Some of the larger, some of the, yeah,
So like these are ready.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And would you set zucchinis out yet?
No. Cucumber, squash, and watermelon, cantaloupe, if a cold wind hits them, it kills them. It will take them out like that. So you definitely want to wait till mid-May. The later on those, the better.
Okay, I'm telling myself that.
Tell
Do
yourself
you hear
that.
Her?
Tell
Don't get
yourself
too
that.
excited.
It's hard not to.
I know it is.
I mean, I want to do it too. And we're the same way.
Yeah.
We get stuff, we start in January, and we get stuff too early a lot of times. Just because I want something green, I want to see it growing, I want to get started too.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So we end up getting stuff too early.
Yeah.
Let's walk
That's
down
why
to number
we
1 and we'll
stop
see
and we
what's in
work
it.
on the soil. When we're
Okay.
excited, we do soil.
Okay, well, house 3 is the hemp house, and this is our experiment for this year. We're working with Buffalo Mountain Hemp and growing their clones for them this year. And the mother plants are the taller ones. The shorter are some that we started that we're now taking cuttings or clones off of. For sale with a license only. This is one of the things you've got to send in $50 to the state, give them exact location of where you're growing. And it's an experiment. We're going to all see. We're hoping it works out. We hope it'll work out, be a good partnership with them too. But this is for CBD. This is the type that they're growing for that. It's not the type that you smoke or get high off of.
And when you park and get out of the car, it's an odor that you smell right away.
It is.
Yeah.
I always thought the first time I smelled it when they bought the plants in here, I thought it had a little musky odor, a little more like a polecat. Now it's beginning to grow on me a little more.
Yeah,
I'm getting used to it.
It's not offensive to me. I think it smells kind of good.
And it's a good conversation.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people interested in it, and a lot of people asking questions. And you can make your own CBD. You can make your own lotions and potions. You just got to show me a copy of that license.
Okay. Good to know. These are the tomatoes, huh?
This is house 7. This is switching over to totally tomato house. It is now tomatoes and some peppers, but it's going to be a lot of tomatoes with 42 varieties. We can't always have all of them ready at the same time, but they keep rotating on what's ready. You're also going to see a lot of pretty baskets in here. Million bells, wave petunias.
That's amazing how big that is already.
Yeah.
Did you grow these from seed?
Oh yes, we grow all of our tomatoes and vegetables and stuff from seed ourselves here. That plant, now if I was planting that in the ground, I would take these leaves off and plant it up to here. Because everything that's underground on a tomato will root. So that gives you a nice deep root system. So when it does get dry.
Would you put it that deep, or would you put it sideways?
I like to go deep.
Okay.
You can go either way. Because if you do lay it sideways, the sun's going to straighten it up and turn the top up.
Okay.
But the more you get underground in a tomato, the better your root system's going to be.
There's also...
And also the wind don't break it off either as quickly or as bad.
So all the way up to here.
Yep.
Now, when it's growing and you've got these, what do you call these?
The little side shoots?
Yeah.
Suckers.
Suckers. Do you take those off?
It depends on variety. If it is a determinate plant, you're cutting off your fruit. Okay. If it's an indeterminate plant, you want to sucker down to 2 main growing areas.
Okay.
But a determinate is stays short and bushy, so you don't get that many. And an indeterminate, it goes wild.
And so you kind of want to keep them...
You want to keep them in control just a little bit.
Yeah.
But that helps out.
Indeterminate. That's what
Indeterminate and determinate, yes. And it does make a big difference. It sure does.
Got your peppers here. I see those.
Let's see what this basket looks like. There's a basket shot. It's not one of the biggest ones, but
it's beautiful.
That's a wave petunia. I think that.
And what's the cost on those baskets?
Baskets are $15.98.
Beautiful.
And we got a lot of varieties.
Baskets everywhere.
Yes, baskets everywhere. That's Oh, and the old potato leaf tomatoes. That's something that you might be interested in. You know, some of the oldest, very oldest tomatoes will have potato leaves instead of tomato leaves.
Oh, wow.
So this is a Brandywine red. And sometimes the Brandywine, you can buy the seed that's potato leaf, and sometimes you can buy them that is tomato leaf. And they're still the same tomato, but the older varieties always will have potato leaves.
That's interesting.
A lot of people don't know that about them. We have a lot of Mr. Stripies, and we have a lot of Stripies that ain't Mr. Stripey.
So the rumor that you're going to run out is not true?
No. I don't plan on running. The girls in the potting house are about ready to shoot me right now because I keep throwing more tomatoes at them and more tomatoes at them, and they're about ready to brain me.
Tomatoes for everyone.
Tomatoes for everybody. This is some of the smaller flowers, more baskets, and the back part we're starting to turn into peppers. So this house is beginning to switch. Hey, hon.
Feels good in here.
Don't it?
Yeah.
It could be the reason I can't stand cold.
Yeah.
I'm so used to these houses being 80.
Mm-hmm.
Even
and
if it's
humid,
cold outside, it's nice and warm in here.
Mm-hmm. So you can get your fix on warm and humid whenever you want.
Yeah. I've written them out in the wintertime and
Yeah.
letting people put lounge chairs.
I would do
and just
that.
come out and sit, because if the sun's out, they're usually around 80,
Oh
85.
my gosh. I think that could
Yeah.
be a great use for your greenhouses in winter. I would come. And if you added like a hot tub,
There we go.
we'll all be here.
Yeah. So you want to talk herbs?
Yeah, let's see
Let's
the
go
herbs.
see some herbs. We got a little parsley right here that's coming on.
Now, is parsley perennial?
In some areas of Floyd, yes.
Okay.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I've had it come back and I've had it not come back.
Yeah, I had a plant come back this year and it surprised me. That's never happened before.
Parsley is a good companion for tomatoes. You know, you talk about companion planting.
Mm-hmm.
I think parsley and tomatoes, if you plant them together, are good companions for each other.
Oh, that's good. Good to know that stuff.
I know I like to do, when we done truck farming, I like to put my cilantro around my tomato plants.
Then you got your salsa ready
I
to
got
go.
my salsa ready. And people need to plant a garden.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You don't know what's going to be in the store next summer. You don't know what's going to be in next fall. You don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
Fear factor.
Yeah.
And I'm not overly concerned, but we heard the comment, why are you allowed to be open? Garden centers shouldn't be open. I'm like, well, the food don't just show up in the grocery store. If you don't plant and you don't have farmers,
Right.
it ain't going to be there.
Yeah. Yeah. We have to plant.
Because somebody made the comment and said, well, I'll just go, why are you open? I can just go to the store and buy my food. It's got to get there from somewhere.
Yeah.
So this one, we got some miniature sunflowers,
Oh,
herbs, geranium planters.
These are, what is this?
This
Dill?
is fennel.
Oh,
No,
fennel.
no, this is chamomile,
Chamomile.
German chamomile.
Mm.
And then there's some fennel in here too. And we do several kinds of rosemary, lavender. We got mints up in the next house. But this has got just a little bit of some of the vegetative coleus. Some of these get 24 inches wide and 36 inches tall.
Those are beautiful in the shade.
Yes, that's a shade lover.
Yeah.
That's definitely a shade
I should
lover.
put some of those on that shade bed.
Oh, don't have as many herbs in here as I thought it did. Oregano. We have a hot and spicy oregano. It's pretty spicy.
Never heard of that.
Oh, it's delicious. And you're welcome to taste any of our herbs when you come in. They haven't had chemicals on them. They haven't had sprays. And you're welcome to just break off a little piece and try it. It'll
Then
burn
you
the
know
end of
if
your
you
tongue.
like it.
Yeah, it'll burn the end of your tongue a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of basil left, not a lot. Several
And
rosemaries.
it's too early for basil too, so
Yes.
people are definitely just excited, huh?
Yes, I've got something like 20 more flats of basil started. It hasn't come up yet, but by mid-May, it'll be ready. We'll have some more coming. That's a try me. It's got the dark basil and plus the curly and then some of the regular basil in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's comes in mixed seed. It's little pellets with
I
3 or
might,
4 different kinds in each seed.
I might join the Jump the Gun Club.
You have to, huh?
Why not, right?
We're all going to jump the gun. We're all going to jump the gun.
I can't resist basil. And you know, rosemary, I love rosemary, but every year it dies.
Rosemary's touchy. My thing on rosemary is go ahead and get you a big clay pot. If you want it in the ground, plant your clay pot. Plant your plant in it. In the fall of the year, wiggle that pot back out and bring it in, at least till you get a couple of years old on it. Rosemary can be tough in this area.
Yeah.
It needs a sunny side, probably a southeast side, up against the house, somewhere it's protected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what's happening. Mine's
Yeah.
just freezing. I went
Yeah.
to Spain last summer, and rosemary is everywhere. it's growing in the wild.
Yeah.
You take a hike and like the side of the hill is covered in rosemary.
Oh, wouldn't that smell good?
It does. It's amazing.
It would be. This house has more herbs, chives and sage and basils or oreganos, parsley, lemon balm, and a lot of perennials.
Oh, perennials.
Now, Leah's love is perennials.
Mm-hmm.
I've always kind of shied away from perennials and stayed more with the vegetables. So she's going to be adding this into it. She's actually putting up a couple of houses herself. Hopefully we'll grow some irises and some of the unusual stuff and things that we don't usually grow.
Nice.
I'm also trying to get a good start for some native blueberries and blackberries and stuff like that that will actually live and grow here instead of being bought up out of Georgia and South Carolina.
Great. I love perennials. And that's exciting this time of year because that's what we can focus on.
Right.
The perennials are all coming up, trim back the dead stuff, get it all ready.
That's right.
When we want to do something in the garden. And what's the cost on these?
My perennials run $5.98.
What's the deal?
That's the deal. Our 4 packs of stuff run $1.79.
Okay.
$14.32 a flat plus tax.
I think I need these. I read this book to my kids when they were growing up called Miss Rumphius.
Mm-hmm.
You know this story?
No, I don't.
She's called the Lupine Lady.
Okay.
How do you say it?
I say lupine too.
Okay. And she spreads lupine seeds everywhere, and they just grow everywhere.
Yeah. They will reseed. That's one of the cool things about them. You start out with a couple, you can have a nice little patch because they will reseed.
I've never had luck getting them to grow, so.
Well, perennials is sleep. See if I get the sleep, creep, leap. So the first year you plant them, you don't get a lot of size from them. They will sleep. They'll develop root systems. Then next year they start creeping out, they start getting bigger. The third year is when they really leap into full spectrum.
Okay. Well, I was always dreaming of being the Lupine Lady, Miss Rumphius.
Miss Rumphius.
I'm going to get a couple of these. I need this.
You need a flat.
There we go. All right. I want to buy everything, but I'm going to be smart.
We have a lot of Echinacea too. We're going to have some unusual colors this year in Echinacea. We got some new colors going.
Well, it's exciting that you've got perennials. That's new.
That's new for you.
New for
And you might
me
want to just
here
set that
anyway.
in the middle, and I'll show you a couple more. Now this is the potting
I'll
house.
put this right here.
This is where a lot of transplanting gets done. Girls are busy. Things will come on in. They might not shoot me. And then again, if they do, what the heck? Yeah, watch them run.
Hey.
Watch them run. But the tomatoes and stuff, we sow them in flats like this that will have it's 406 holes, but a lot of them are double seeded. So they transplant from this into these pots. Yeah, this is what they call a 406. And each one of them then will just come out, and you've got this nice little plant.
That's cool.
And that's how they get to that size.
And then we're moving them up.
Then we're moving them up, moving them out. Well, Jen's done this a few years, so she's getting it down. I have some first-time people here
Look how
this
fast
year.
she's going. My goodness.
I'm going slow.
That's slow?
Did 5,700, me and one other girl yesterday.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
You got to watch for that second one that's stuck.
So we are not running out of tomatoes, Floyd. We had tomatoes. Look at this.
I got tomatoes.
That's what I said. They may mutiny on me before the season's over.
Today's tomatoes are Big Boy, Oxheart, Orange, Brandywine Red, Cherokee Purple, Pineapple, Hawaiian, mortgage lifters, Jubilee Golden, Big Rainbow, Husky Red, Big Boy, Pink Girl, Better Boy, Early Girl, Brandywine Pink, Rainbow, Super Sonics, Mr. Stripey, Giant Bell Yellow, Oxheart Large Red, Cherokee Old German, Golden Boy, Mr. Stripey, Super Sweet 100s, Yellow Pears.
Wait, all today?
We also have
They may not get that many
Super
done
J.
today, but that's what they've got up here.
That's
They
our
can.
goal.
Wow.
That's what they're
That's our
playing with
goal.
today.
That's a lot of variety.
It's a lot of variety.
Just to keep them straight, right? Just to keep the names right on them. That would
That's-
be hard.
You've got to pay attention. You've got to pay attention. That's one of the big things, is paying attention to what you're doing and making sure when you change flats, you change tags.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
it's easy to mix up. I know we also have, on occasion, kids that like to come in and just play with tags. And the next thing you know, you've
They're all
got a
mixed
tag
up.
mixed up on something. As a house 11 and 12 will probably be off limits for retail customers for a few days. We've got a whole lot of contract work to do. We actually got the contract last year for all the hanging baskets down in Blacksburg. All those big pretty ones downtown, all their flower beds. We also this year got Radford, part of Christiansburg, and Salem. And then I had a contract to grow these geranium planters for our customers. So we're getting ready to flip houses now into some contract work. This is the baskets for Salem and the baskets for Christiansburg.
Wow. That's cool.
So we've got to find a place to sit all of these and get them potted up. So this one's switching out. And this is house 12 up here.
I broke a table.
Order puller. You broke a table. I ain't going to ask. Which one?
In 5, Lewis is fixing it.
Oh, good. Okay, thank God for Lewis.
Yeah.
Fuchsia baskets in here are for retail, but the rest of this house is all contract.
Wow.
You might can get a picture from here.
Those are really pretty.
And be sure to get a good picture of Leah. She's the head grower
She
here
is
now, and she's
so
going to kill
beautiful.
me.
Look at that.
She's doing a great job.
Look at those.
That's
what
for
are those
sure.
called?
These are fuchsias.
Those are fuchsia baskets.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ah, I've never seen those. They're
Oh,
beautiful.
They're one of my favorites, and the hummingbird stuff.
Yes,
Ah.
that's a Hummer.
And those
bag.
are 15?
Uh-huh. So it's hard to believe this whole house is full of stuff that's already for contract and to fill orders with, and we're still not anywhere close to having it all potted up and ready for them yet. So we have a little work ahead of us.
So I'd say the garden and growing industry is booming.
Garden growing industry is right now, I think. I hope everybody else is having a good year.
Well, we
Really
just
good.
came from Seven Springs, and they're
Good.
way up from
Good.
years past as well. So
I think the world of them. We get, I like the maxi crop, so good that they sell. And we send customers to them. They send customers up here all the time.
yeah,
So they're great people.
yeah,
And that's the thing. You can have 20 greenhouses in an area, and you can still not step on each other's toes.
yeah. Everybody
there's
does
so
a little
much-
something different.
Something a little different. And anybody growing organic, that's the perfect place to go for advice and supplies. That's a order getting ready to go out to one of our wholesale accounts.
That is a beautiful trailer right there.
Is that a pretty trailer load?
So a wholesaler would be like a garden store or
Garden
something like
center business. We do a lot of small garden centers and stuff. Well, we do some few bigger ones. We got Eichenberries out in Troutful. We go Troutful, Botetourt, Little Trouton, Fincastle. We've got the Southern States stores up at Galax, Bedford, one in Christiansburg.
And she was saying this is going to Poor Farm.
This is going Poor Farmers out at the top of the mountain of Vesta. Poor Farmers Farm.
Oh.
out to Ronnie Green's.
Will these be okay with the cold?
They won't take cold.
They won't take cold.
Now, a lot of your petunias and calabacoas in the fall of the year, when you have them come just out of a greenhouse, will take a lot of cold. But not in just the springtime when they first come out. They've got to toughen up a little bit. That's the same thing with your tomatoes and peppers. Toughen them up a few days because they're growing in a really great environment. They're growing 70, 80-degree days. We keep them usually around 60 at night, 65. So when they're took out and it's only in the 50s during the day, and it's a real cold air, and then they're dropping down to the 30s, they're turning a little blue like the rest of us. I always figure if you can't stand out in the ground without getting cold, your plants are getting cold too.
Yes.
They're getting cold feet too.
I can't get my feet warm lately.
I can't either. I thought I'd free Steph yesterday. Totally. We're open 8 to 5, Monday through Saturday. We'll probably open this fall again with Fall Moms. We usually shut about mid-June, but we'll see how the year goes and what we got going on and what we have left.
And you were mentioning that, you know, what we saw today in 2 weeks' time could be completely different.
That's right.
So it's important to, you know, stop by every so often and see what they have going on.
Check in and say hi.
Yeah.
And we're
fun.
practicing social distancing. People are doing real good with just 2 or 3 in a greenhouse, or if somebody's in this house, they'll look, I think I'll go check this one out, and I'll come back to this one when they're out of the house.
Yeah. And
So
I've noticed
people
lots
do
of you
that.
wearing masks. So,
Yes.
So don't be hesitant to come out and enjoy the beauty here at Dulaney's greenhouse.
Enjoy the fresh air and sunshine, the warm temperatures.
Yeah.
That's the main
Thanks,
thing.
Sarah.
Thank you. It's been fun.
Yeah.
I shake your hand. I'm not going to.
Where you from?